before 20 to 30 years, there was a trend that the person who owns a land, a landlord, he's famous with agriculture. So the trend it was with the agriculture. There's a person who is having a land and he invests his money in his land and he earns his potentials by investing the money in the land. So he is said to be the agriculturist, and the trend was with agriculture. So later, after 10 to 15 years, that trend was lightly getting changed and it was moved to the business level. And later, now it comes under the IT. IT, it is nothing but it's a small definition that a person who has a knowledge about something, it's said to be an IT. It's information. That is, for example, if you thought of buying a car or if you thought of buying a bike, I'm giving a real-time example. So we call them as before buying the car or bike, you used to have some knowledge about that. So what is the knowledge? Knowledge is nothing but what are all the things that we needed and what are all the things that the product which is going to deliver you. So these things you are having a complete knowledge. So this is said to be a information. So and this comes under the information technology, not the person who is working in a software or who is not working in a software or tend to be non-ITs. So everybody in today's world, that is in current trend, the recent era is said to be a information technology. That is knowledge about anything. If you have a knowledge about your college, if you have a knowledge about a technology, if you have a knowledge about your particular course, it's said to be a information only. So a person who is having a information is said to be a wealth. So information is nothing but that is a protocol. That's an idea about a product. That is said to be information technology. So whenever the persons those who are studying in candidates who are studying in information, that is in computer science and non-computer science, before 10 years when we were studying in the college, they had a separation that these people are coming from the computer background, so they has to learn the programming, they has to learn what is the computer, they has to know how to get in and to get worked and to get the results from the computer. And the persons those who are not from the computer background or they are not studying the computer science, they will not have much aware about the computer. But now the trend has been changed recently. For past, it is from 2010 or 2006 to 7, the trends has been changing due to the commencement of the smartphones. So today everybody they have the smartphones. They know how to use a smartphone. They can do whatever thing they are trying to do with a laptop or a computer. They will be using a today they are using a smartphone for doing everything. So whenever you are using a smartphone, then everybody, the person, those who are coming from an IT background and non-IT background, even the people those who are not educated to use the phone, they are nowadays they are using the mobile phones and they are doing the transactions, they are communicating and they are getting information, they are reading the newspapers. So so now the trend has been given a common trend, and the recent era has changed everything that everybody they has to know something about the computer and they has to use the computer and in whatever way that they can get the information. So this is the topic and this is the thing we are going to share, and this is the thing we are going to learn today. So let me start with my some of the slides. Uh, so can everybody can see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So today's topic, we are going to cover what is a computer, that is the basics of computer, and students' awareness about the computer, and how the computer industry has gone through the last generation, and some of the job opportunities we are going to get through this learning. So first, this is the introduction for the computer science students and also for the non-computer science students. So basically, what is the computer? Computer, in the sense, computer program is just really a set of instruction for with a code telling your computer to do what to do. So you're giving some instruction to computer. So as the result of this instruction, the computer understand this instruction with the form of binary information, and it gives a response as the information what you have provided for this. This is the computer. So for example, we can take a best example. What is a computer? Why the computer has been programmed like this? So in your day-to-day life, that is when you're getting up in the morning, so you're preparing for coming to the college. So what are all the steps that you're going to do after getting up in the morning? You will be brushing up, and you will be getting refreshed, and you'll be having a breakfast and coming to the college. This is the routine activities we are going to do on the daily basis. So your mind, what it has been, it has been automatically programmed that we have to do certain type of steps within the time limit, so that we can achieve the goal easily. So this is the best example. You can take it for your computer program for the non-IT students, those who are not from the computer background. And the recent trend of the IT and era, it is nothing but, as I told you previously, that information IT is, it is nothing but information technology. And this information technology is, you are going to learn, or you are going to have some knowledge about the particular product. If either the product, it may be a software product, or it may be a non-software product, or it may be a real world object. So this thing you are going to have a knowledge in it, and the person who has the knowledge, and he comes out of it, and he is going to sell his knowledge as a result of that. This is the common definition of the IT. It is the information technology. And this information technology, particularly the past 15 years, 15 years, it has changed the entire world. That is due to this invention of this mobile phones and the modern apps, whatever the apps that you have installed in your phone. So nowadays, everybody, they are using a smartphone, and everybody they are accessing the apps, and they are doing their needs. For example, best example is that you are going to book a ticket. So in previous days, what they are in last 10, 10 to 15 years back, they used to go for a ticket counter, and they have to stand in a queue, and they have to give them money, and they have to book the ticket and come back. So this was the previous trend. That now, what is it? Now the trend has been changed to your, that the ticket booking has come to your hands. So you are going to book your tickets in the smartphone itself. So this is the major that is what we can say, it's an enhancement, or it is a growth or generation. So when we have been out of the college on 2005, that 2005 particular time, that mobile was introduced. So that time we can't able to do that ticket booking, or you can browse for the information. We can't do that. We will be having a phone that it will be, you can make a call, you can send a message, you can hear some musical songs. That was the mobile. It was provided on those days. Thus, but nowadays, what it has taken, it has become that whole world into your hands. So whatever you are trying to do, and whatever the information you can get it from your mobile phone itself. Nowadays, even the companies, that is corporate companies, they are having their status call, they are having their meeting, everything that comes into your hands with the help of this modern smartphones. So this is the need where you have to learn, and you have to know what is a computer, and how you should use your computer phones. Next one is that what are all the modern ways, that is what are all the computer. Then computer, it was invented on 1940s. In that time, that was a huge, it was a big in size. So that computer, that computer name is ENIAC. So it's nothing but the electronic numeric integrator and calculator. So this was the first computer which was designed, and it was very big. It need a whole room to adopt a computer. So from that stage, now the computers has been come, and it has been moved with a revolution that it has taken up a big data which is from the mainframes. Mainframes are bulk processing, which is the computers which process a huge amount of data. So second one is a desktop. Desktop, you may all aware of that. You will be using it in your colleges, homes, like that. And laptop. Laptops nowadays, it has come with a easy way of accessing. Tablets, it's for business purposes. Those who executives, they will be carrying their tablets easily. And smartphones, as we are discussing about the smartphones. So smartphones is the smart phone is also one of the advanced development and advanced enhancement of the computers. So this is the generation. What are all the generation that computers has crossed, and it has reached to a some advanced level. First generation, as you're able to see the diagram. So it was the computer which was bigger than the room. So we need a particular room for processing, for keeping the computer and maintaining the system. So from that first generation to it has reached the second generation to somewhat precise size. So first generation they were having number of walls. It's an analog computer. That is it. It was having a number of walls. It consumed lot of huge amount of electricity, and it produces a large amount of heat. Likewise, so some of the drawbacks, it has been rectified in second generation, and from the second generation it was moved to the third generation, which is like radio level, radio, like and the fourth generation is the computer with mouse, the graphical things, graphical users, which was been introduced at that point of time. The mouse has been introduced in this fourth generation. Before that, everything whatever you are going to feed into the computer, it will be in the form of a command only. You have to give command, and you have to give a data, and as a result it will give you the result. From the graphical user interface, the point and click, this was the concept that was given into the fourth generation. So you can move the cursor wherever you want, and you can keep the mouse, and you can give a point of click, and you can get the information. So it was giving, from the fourth generation it has reached everywhere. So previously only that business people, government accounts, they will be using this computer, the third generation computer. As a result of this fourth generation, everybody, so a person with the individual system, a student or a businessman or education professionals, everybody, and the corporate. So everybody, they have started to use the computers. Why they are using the computers? They have found some convenient in using the computers, other than the storing the data in the files, storing the data in the notebooks as a ledgers. So they want this to be moved to the feed into the computer, and as a result, the computer information, it can be transferred from one computer to another computer, and you can, excuse me, you can get the data anywhere else. So this is the fourth generation enhancement. And from this part of time, that computers has been interconnected. So from fourth generation, the networks has been introduced. So keeping data in one computer, and you are using the data, it is not that much reliable for the business users and other communicators. So what they have done, they have connected with networks within the, for example, if you are having 4 to 5 computers in a room, they have interconnected that's 4 to 5 computers, and they are taking the information from one computer, and they are sharing within the network. So this was the small network which was given to the network team. So it was very easily manageable, so that from one system, information can be transferred to 4 to 5 systems. So later stage, what they have done, so instead of keeping the information in a particular room, for example, if I'm having an office in Coimbatore, and I'm having an office in Chennai, and I'm also having offices in Madurai and Trichy. So for these locations, if the data which is is in a single room, that too in Coimbatore, it will not be helpful for me. So the knowledge that information in a computer, that has to be shared across those districts. For the information, they can take it from Chennai, Trichy, Madurai. So likewise, so for this, that intranet facility they have given. So this will connect within your offices. That is, if I have an offices in 4 different locations, and these offices, it can be interconnected with a cable, so that the office information can be shared to different locations, but within your office only. It cannot be taken out of the office. So this it was giving some certain level of comfortness for the business peoples and the information needers. So next they are planned. So if I have this information throughout the world, so next comes the internet concept. So before going that, I will explain you this. Next enhancement of this 4th generation is that multiple computers, and later they want to take a computer from one place to another place. They have to do the work when they are traveling. So likewise, so the laptop was introduced, and the result of this, the smartphone also was introduced. So now the trend, it's in the smartphone. So smartphones, you may all know that what you are going to do with the smartphone, and what are all the things you can achieve easily. Whenever you are carrying a laptop, you have to set up that workspace and workstation you have to work. If you are using mobile phone, so you can do better than the laptop. So this was a recent advanced enhancement in this computer generation. Next is this communication. Communication, as I told you, that from intranet to internet. So every computer which is connected within the network, it can be accessed to the any part of the world, and anybody can access this information. So here the major and major enhancement that has been given with the help of this internet. Internet now taking every information from the computer, whatever information needed, and it can be accessed to any part of the world, and anybody can take this information. So this is the very that is very positive, and it is a very good move, but it also has some limitations in the internet usages also. So during this, with the help of this internet, you can communicate with any part of the world, anybody, anytime, even it is a night or even it is a morning, anytime you can get the information. So internet, as I told you, it's a in-house communication. So these two communications were helping the computer to move from a small, that is in a closed circle, to a big circle. So next, I will tell you what are all the jobs and skills related to IT. So previously, you will be knowing and you will be studying with programming. So with the computer, we can't go. We are not going to do only one work, which is a coding. There are many purposes and many usages are there in this IT jobs. For example, first let me start from the programming. So programming on in older days, when we are studying it, it was starting with the basic language, COBOL. It's a business language, and later it was C. It was introduced, C++, and Java. Nowadays, Java. When Java it was introduced with a combination of internet and collaboration with internet. So whenever you are using that Java programming, so it will be helpful for the communication through this internet. So this was the major enhancement from Java. Major enhancement that it has left the computer to move from a particular language, that is from a standalone application to the web applications. This is Python and scripting. Everything's are advanced of this programming concepts. And later it comes under the designing purposes. As you all know that engineering tools, designing constructions, they are taking this designing principles, and they are putting a blueprint of original one. This is the designing purpose. Second one is the DTP. DTP, everybody knows that if you are going to a printout shop and you are taking a printout, or you want to do some Photoshop work like that. So this is related to the DTP related graphic designs. And the fourth comes the automated automation system. Automation system, it is in olden days, the what automobile industries they are doing, they used to fit everything with the hand tool. So nowadays, what is the benefit of that hand tool is what? It was able to do that is that designing and whatever they are doing with the hand tool, it can go up to a certain level of certain level of comfortness. But when the demand is getting higher, that is the production need to be increased and the production need to be supported by all the that is the workers, then it becomes a challenge. So in that point, they have given the automatic machines. The machines what it is fully programmed inside the embedded chip. So what it does, it does what all the activities that a human being does. It takes the responsibility and it does as if it is done by a human being, but with a considerable amount of time. It takes less number of seconds for doing this particular task. So it was helpful for the automobile industry to increase their production and increase their sales. So this is also a part of the uh, IT industry only. So next comes under the multimedia. Multimedia in the movies and other things, the graphics related works. That is what are the things that cannot be done with a major investment. So they are coming for the multimedia for this graphics introduction and graphics utilization. So with this graphic utilization, they can do whatever things they want to do without the huge amount of investment. So this is the another usage of computers and the production units. Production units in Coimbatore, you may all be knowing that manufacturing sectors. There are huge number of manufacturing sectors are in Coimbatore. For example, we can take pump, Mahindra submersible pump, cement factory is there, that is a production of textiles. So for this units also, this computers they are using. And last is the ethical hacking. Ethical hacking is nothing but taking the information from the that is you're taking information without the proper authentication from the particular computer. So this is the, tend to be the hacking process. Hacking, we are nowadays become a normal practice for getting the information and stealing the information. This is also one of the usage of computers. So as in the slide, you will be starting from the first point. It's the programming, designing, DTP, and many things are there. I have summarized some of those things which are very important for your career, so that you can choose whatever thing you want to do from this IT jobs. And and this is the what are all the IT jobs you are going to explore when you study about the your computer programming in your college. What are all the designations you can do? This I have listed, and these are the things those which are taken mainly. Not only these things are available. There are many things are there. I have taken and I have summarized some of those things, which is the support specialist of hardware and software and computer programmer. Support specialist is the sense he takes the already a product which is running in a production environment. So production environment, when this production environment, it has to be executed. Production environment, it will be executed without any interruption. So for this interruption, if any interruption or any part of that is obstruction that is coming into this, the support specialist, he has to take up this those challenges and he has to rectify those challenges. It comes both under the software and also the hardware. So if in a particular corporate office, if it is a software company, if the system got is that is it's starting rebooting frequently, or it's having a motherboard problem, likewise. So this comes these are those things comes under the hardware, and software in the sense their installation and its software is not getting loaded, likewise. So these things. So this is a very basic support specialist, and these are those are the responsibilities for the support specialist. Computer programmer, that is like a developer. He is yet to do the development of a product. So if it is a product or if it is a software, he used to do develop, and he used to having a first level of testing and hand over it to the testing team. So next comes under the quality assurance. Quality assurance in the sense is the sole responsible of the product, software product. So he takes the ultimate responsibility. He does all the testing, such as integration testing, load testing, what is the output that you are giving, smoke testing, likewise. So he do all sort of testing, and he give the test result back to the developer. And fourth one is the web developer. Web developer, this area I want to particularly tell that web developing in the sense, uh, that is in software there are two types of applications out there. One is a standalone application. Standalone application, it is nothing but you will be having a application that it cannot be shared to the many users, first thing. And second one is that you will not have a much more graphical user utilities in the standalone application. So the, in the software industry or the client, those who are using those who are buying a product, those who are purchasing a product, or those who are willing to use a product, they will not buy for only one user. So they will be installing the software in a centralized form, and they will be sharing throughout the entire network. So if you're having 4 offices, you should have this access to the 4 offices, and they has to use this resources. So that is the resources sharing and using. So this comes under the concept of the web developing. So you can use it with the help of the browser, and you can utilize the services. And system analyst is comes under the resolving of the business problems. That is whatever challenges that they are facing on behalf of the business logics. So he has to resolve the activities. So this comes under the system analyst role. And network engineer, as I told you, that you are connecting one computer to another computer, which comes under the intranet and as well as in the internet applications. So here the network router switches, those things are available. So this comes under the responsibility of the network engineer. And user experience designer is nothing but the functional aspects. For example, if you're using a particular product, uh, you may be aware in that college you will be having the attendance system. So this attendance systems and it will be taken care of by a user. So he will be knowing there are two types of users. One is the functional and other one is the technical. Technical, what he will do, he will take up the coding and he will do the code walkthrough, and he will fix the problem and he will move off. Functional, what he will do, he will take the entire application and he will traverse from one screen to another screen. He will know the functionality, what it has to be done from one screen to another screen. So this is the main use of the functionality designer. So functionality designer, he will manages the overall applications. So this comes under the user experience designer, which is comes under the functional aspects. And the database engineer, he is a very good player, and he is also responsible for the entire application of the backend. For example, you want an information to be stored and retrieved, it has to be updated, it has to be deleted, you want some manipulations to be done. So if you have a database, then this criteria has to be uh, successfully done. For example, I am having 10 to 15 records for storing it in my application. So this I can store it in a file itself. But when it go for a huge volume of data, lakhs and lakhs and crores of data. So when it comes to this database is responsible for storing the entire thing. So it will be managed by the database administrator. He will take the whole responsibility of the database loading and what is the utilization of the database, starting up of the database, and shutdowning the database. And if any database, if it goes from take care of those things, he will reduces the unwanted database, and he will reduce those things, and he will come back to the stable position. So these things, it will be taken care of by a database administrator. So last one is the IT security specialist. IT security specialist, when if you get a chance to go to the IT department of the bank, so you can able to see them, how they are keeping the data, how they are restricting the users. They will design a security level. So this security level, it should be maintained by the entire bank. If the bank have all over the branches in India, every branches, they are comes under the data center control only. So that particular data center takes the whole responsibility of the and whole responsibility of this software and the data, because bank data and money, it's said to be confidential. It's a huge one. So it has to be taken care, and it has to be secured in a very good level. So if any security leak is there, then it will create a very big problem for the entire bank, which will have the financial impact also. So this will not be acceptable by the banking persons. So the IT security specialist, this is also one of the most valuable post in the IT industry. Next is the non-IT jobs, which is going to be comes for the persons those who are out of programming. They can take the this non-IT jobs. But for this non-IT jobs also, that system learning and system usage and the system working is mandatory, because in every corporate office or in every office, data, it is maintained securely in the system only. So for this, they need the system usage. Who using the system, they will be very easy to use this application. For a best example is a HR, human resource development, in IT industry. So they are the sole person who is having the communication between a software team, a project manager, senior project manager, delivery manager. So he will be having those things, and he will be taking the ultimate responsibility. HR team, he will be responsible for quoting up the salaries, and what are all the facilities, what are all the allowances, what are all the facilities that you are going to give it for employees. So this is the major role of the HR. And administration comes under that corporate offices, those who are managing, and they will be communicating with other team members for travel. If an employee is going to travel from one place to another place, so this will be taken care of by the administration team. So they are going to conduct a meeting. They need to arrange for the meeting room, and overall responsibility of the office. It has to be taken care by the administration department. And the content writer. Content writer. It is a now it's a recent trend that whenever you are posting your jobs in your job portals, that is Naukri, Monster, or something else. When you are posting your jobs, when you are preparing your resume, you will have the preparation of your resume up to your level. That is, if you are a fresher, you will be having it in a fresher level. If you are an experienced person, you will be having it at the experienced level. So this content writer, what he does, he takes up this responsibility of building your valuable resume, because resume, it is nothing but cover of your face. Okay, whatever you are going to represent, and it acts as a communication between a company, what company you are going to apply, and you. So it should be content precise, excuse, unwanted things. So this has to be eliminated. So for this, there is a separate process called the content writer. What this content writer, he knows what is the trend in the company, what is the HR they are expecting in their companies, and what is the recent trend in the companies. Because company trend of IT, it may vary from 6 months to 6 months. So within the 6 months, what is the employees they are expecting? So he knows this content writer. So he has a set of 3 to 4 members of team, and he used to produce the content which is helpful for you to get the interview calls easily. So this is the major role nowadays, content writer. He will take up the calls with a hidden market. So hidden market in the sense, For example, if a person who is working in a particular software company, let us take a HCL, if he's working and he has submitted his paper, so that position is said to be a vacant, and this position is not published in your job portals. So this is known only to the project manager and the HR team. So what they will be having, they will be searching first they will be started to search the resume internally. If there is any person which is similar skill set, they are available. If they are available, what they will do, they will call for the interviews, and they will take him for the job. But if the person is not available, they have to come out of this office and they have to search from the globally. So to get the calls from the HRs, so this content writer helps you to bridge a gap between. He will minimize the gap between you and your company, and he will help you to get the calls, so that this hidden market jobs and all you can able to achieve easily. So this is the main role, and content writer now he's there are many responsibilities. I have told what I have told is that 10 to 20% of his responsibility. So here also you're having a scope in the resume writing also. Next comes under the corporate communication. This is related to the public relation communication. For business, what are all the steps that has to be taken for expanding the business, and the other departments, what are all the departments are there, how they are moving, so what is the revenue they are getting. So these things, it will be taken care by a corporate communication team. And accounts and finance, that it will be helpful for the billables, non-billables, and salary disbursement, and what is the cost cuttings. So these things, it can be taken by the finance and accounts department. And the business analyst. So the recent retrieval of this business analyst is for he will communicate with the clients, and what are all the goals that a client he is keeping. For example, if he keeps 10 goals, and apart from this, the company is able to meet 6 to 7 goals, and they are not able to meet the 3 goals or 4 goals. So that point of time, what they will do, they will communicate with the business analyst to contact the clients to get those orders. So this, he will communicate directly with the client, and he will have the interaction, and he has to resolve those issues for getting this business orders. So these things are the jobs which are not related to a technical. These things, it can be taken care by the non-IT students. 1 minute, excuse me. Yeah. This IT support and established industries. So what are all the IT companies? They are supporting the industries. So those things I have given in the slide. Starting from the banking sectors, the e-commerce application, manufacturing, pharma industry, automobiles, hospitals, warehousing, stock exchanges, the tax departments, government sales, and online courses. So these are the industries that they are taking the ultimate responsibility of the IT industry. So the banking sectors, which are the commercials one, so they take the whole responsibility. And previously, that is 25 to 30 years back, the bank persons, they will be having bank utilization. It was very much less. There will be having some persons only, they will be having the bank accounts, and the persons those who are going to the jobs, they will be having the salary account in the banks. So saving schemes, it was not utilized much on those days. So nowadays, everything, whatever you are going to do, you are going to do with the help of the banking only. You are going to transfer amount. First, in previous years you will be going to the bank and you will be filling up the challans and you will be transferring the money, or you will be depositing the money. Nowadays, whatever you are going to do, you are going through the online only. You are withdrawing the cash. That cash you will be going for ATM centers and you will be withdrawing the cashes. You are not going to stand in a queue. So these are the minimal usages. And nowadays, the banking sectors it is utilizing most of the services with the help of the IT industry. And e-commerce application. E-commerce application, it is nothing but the online sales. Nowadays, everybody's they are willing to purchase their things through the online. So what are the things that you are going to utilize through online? You can purchase everything, whatever you want, as the cloth, from the cloth to your shoes, that comes into the online. So this is a nowadays it is a very powerful e-commerce application is a very powerful tool. Even though when this COVID situation has started, after 2 to 3 months, this e-commerce application only, they are people are preferring not to go outside. So this was a thing. It was utilized to very much high level. And the manufacturing units, as I told you previously, that production environments, whatever they are using for textiles, the raw materials they are using, the without raw materials. So these types of production all comes under the production units only. So and they will be keeping the stock and warehouse. So these to be managed with the help of the system. And pharmaceutical industry, it is giving you the very big high level of income with this IT. Automobile sectors, hospitals, warehouse, stock exchanges, they will be having you when you go to Bombay, you will be able to see that how they are using the stock exchanges. For every half an hour, the stock value will be getting reduced, and sorry, not reduced, it will be changing frequently. So it will be helpful for the share market peoples. And weather sources, how your the climatic conditions, how you know that you may all know that you're having an app which will show you how much rain that is going to going in another one hour or half an hour, like that. So this type of apps has been introduced into this. And the tax department, they are very much have a calculative information. So this also helpful for the tax department. Government says what are the schemes that they are going to introduce, whatever schemes that they are going to introduce in a short period, and the two in a rapid speed. The best example is the e-pass, which was developed by NIC, so that it was given to the government cell. And online courses, whenever you are not able to complete whenever you are not able to go to your colleges physically, you can learn from that online courses also. Whatever technologies you want to learn, whatever the informations you need to get, so these things it can be taken with the help of the online courses. And proceeding to the next slide, the scope of current and the future domains. What are all the domains which is going to be booming in the futures? So main thing is the banking sectors, e-commerce application, online, healthcare, productions, and tourism. Tourism also nowadays it has given a very good income with the help of this communication. So what are the hotels available? What are all the places that is available? So we can access. But the best example is your Google Map. You can take it easily with this. So these are the things that it comes under current and future domains also. Whenever you come to the banking industry, banking sectors, nowadays they are having everything, whatever scheme that is introduced by the central government as well as the state government, everything that comes under the banking only. Best example is that Public Provident Fund. It was introduced in 1968. So that scheme, it was in post office as well as in the banking. So banking sectors, they are getting much more customers compared to the post office. Post office also they're getting, but compared to banking, because bank person, what they will do, if they have an account in their particular bank, they will open the PPF account. For example, if I'm having a salary account in ICICI Bank, I will open the PPF account in the bank itself, because you can have an immediate transfer from your salary account to your PPF account. This is through the online transaction. So if you are having a post office, you have to go to them and you have to stand in the queue and you have to place it physically. And nowadays, post office is also coming under the online. So they are coming recently. And the next e-commerce application, best is Amazon, Flipkart. So you will be having your purchase, and you can have your whatever things you want there. You can do it with e-commerce application. Online courses, as you all know, whatever you are learning, you will be learning through the online healthcare, production sector and tourism, and the specific domains and growth of the industry. So as I told you, in the banking domain, the savings schemes, such as the Public Provident Fund, the Senior Citizen Savings Scheme, Atal Pension Yojana, Suganya Samriddhi accounts, etc. So these things are comes under the saving schemes. For this, they has to pay the annual interest. So this saving schemes comes under the banking. Previously, it was with the post office, and now everything they have given to the banking. Next is the salary disbursement. Salary disbursement, those who are going for a job, salaried persons, nowadays every office that is dispersing the salary in the bank account only. Not they are giving it in cash in hand or like that. And next is the pension scheme. In your home, if any elders are there, you can ask them that the pension nowadays you are getting through the bank only. It was a very huge process. So when you are going for a bank on the 25th to 30th day, you will be observing that they will be put up in the for the 5 days they will be having a tedious work of pension. So whatever the pension has to be dispersed within 30th or 31st of the current month. So previously, what the government sectors they will be doing, they has been dispersing the pension through the treasuries, and the treasuries they has to maintain the data, and this was giving a huge volume of money for the government, which is giving the overburden for the government to maintain this pension amount. So what they told her, they started to hand over this to the bank, and the bank they will government will credit the amount to a particular account. From that particular account, they will debit to the customer accounts. So for this, for particular challan, for disbursement of pension for a particular pension, government is paying 60 rupees as commission for one pensioner. So this is one sort of income for the bank, and they are maintaining the pension process. And if a person who is getting a pension, if he got died, in those days they have to give a letter to the treasury office. From the treasury office, it has to be moved to the head office, and from there they have to stop the pension for this particular pension. Nowadays, what they are doing, then the bank, when they are getting the death certificate from the on behalf of the pensioner, they are stopping the pension from the bank itself. Or if they are dispersed the pension for more than 3 to 4 months, and later they are giving the certificates for them, what they will do, they will stop the pension, and they will get the amount through the recovery process. So those type of activities, because this is a pension is nothing but a huge volume of data. So that has to be taken. And the other one is the tax schemes. What are all the tax that is paid to the government? That is in before introduction of GST. Everybody they has to go to the bank and they have to fill up the challan, and they have to pay the tax. You will be having this tax collection huge amount at the end of the March month. That is from 28 to 29, 30. They will be paying the taxes for the entire year. So this will be a huge volume of data, and which will give you the frustration for the banker. Nowadays, the tax paying also becomes online. So you can pay the tax from the online itself. And the trade finance, mutual funds and everything, this comes under those things, everything comes under the banking only. And the next is the manufacturing sector. Manufacturing sector, it has a gradual growth. That is discrete manufacturing and the process manufacturing. Discrete manufacturing, it is nothing but if a raw material can be identified for a particular product. For example, if you are going to produce a pen, for this pen, you will be having a bill of material. They used to address a term called a BOM, which is a bill of material, which is a Raw materials for a pen. What are all the raw materials for the pen? It's a refill, ink, the body of the pen, the nib, close, airtight. So likewise, we will be having all those things. This is said to be the bill of material, and this bill of material is for the discrete manufacturing. Discrete manufacturing, when you are going to start a manufacturing, it will tell there is a sufficient amount of refill is there. Sufficient refill, it can be given for 10 pens or 15 pens. Likewise, the ink is not sufficient. So you can predict those things before starting the manufacturing itself. So this comes under the discrete manufacturing. Process manufacturing, in the sense there is no raw materials for them. For example, best example is a cement factory. You can take those things. There is no raw materials. Only they will be getting the M sand, and they will be producing the cement for them nowadays. So this comes under the process manufacturing. So these manufacturing sectors, they have a gradual growth, and there is no point of saturation for this manufacturing, because the product will be moving, and the product that is manufacturing prediction is done before the manufacturing itself. Likewise, and purchase and sales, you all know that. One minute. That will just So this purchase and sales is nothing but supermarkets, malls. They are having the software utilization. Online shopping, you know that Amazon, Flipkart, they are using the online facilities to move to their customers. And online courses. Online courses, you know that you are aware of the online courses. So here, that what the e-commerce business, how it works, I have given a small diagram in it. So money transfer you will be having with Paytm, Google Pay, etc. Likewise, this also comes under the online transaction. This online business nowadays, this online business, which is giving more amount of revenues compared to other businesses, because what they do, they create an app, and they communicate with the product and the consumers. They are not going to produce the product. They are having the communication between the product and the customer. So for example, you can take Zomato, Uber, Ola, like that. So those things, those companies, what they are doing, they are taking the product, finished product, if it is a food product, or if it's the dress materials or anything, they are taking and they are hosting in their app, and through the app they are communicating with the consumers. They are not taking the risk of producing a product or producing a particular thing. So this is a very easy business nowadays through this online business, and this gets more revenue. That is through this social media and other things. They are getting a huge volume of money with the help of this online business. And job opportunities, when you come, there are two aspects when you come to the technicals. One is the functional aspect, and the other one is the technical aspect. Functional aspect, it is nothing but you will be having a front end user. That is, when for a best example, you can take IRCTC application. In this IRCTC application, you will be entering into the login. You will be booking a ticket for a ticket, or you will be canceling the ticket. You will be having a PNR inquiry. You will be having a train status, likewise. So these things, everybody, we are using it. So all these things, it is called as a functional. So we all are said to be the functional users, because we don't bother about the technical. What is the product, or how it is developed, what is the technology they use behind the things. Just that we are not going to bother about it. So this comes under the functional aspect. Technical aspect, in the sense, what is the technology that is used? What is the architecture they have used? What are all the methodologies, design patterns that they have used for this development? So these things comes under the technical aspects. For example, the recent trend in this technical is that web services, microservices, AWS, cloud. software development automation. So microservices, that is, I'll give you a small introduction about this. Microservices is nothing but whenever you are using an application, that is, whenever you are creating an application or you are deploying the application. So, for a best example is IRCTC application you can take. This IRCTC application, previously, what it will be doing in the Tackle ticket booking hours, the server will get fully loaded because more number of users will be hitting the same application for ticket booking. So this whole application is fully loaded with this users, and one particular point of time, the entire application goes down. So immediately what they will do, they will replicate with the other server, and they will activate from that other server. So this thing, it creates a lot of amount of buying the server and deploying again this application to this and moving with it. So the architectures what they have designed, they have put up everything that is for inquiry for a PNR status, that is one service, ticket booking one service, canceling the ticket, that is one service, and the train status. So this, for those things they have created 3 to 4 number of services. So this services has been deployed individually in the server and it is running. So when tackle hours, when people they are trying to book the ticket, they will be hitting the ticket booking service only. So other services such as a PNR's inquiry, PNR status, train status, everything, or canceling ticket, it will be available. So there won't be any problem of that entire application going down. So only this ticket booking service, it will be get fully loaded. So other services will be working without affecting these things. So this particular usage comes under this microservice concept. So every services, every functionality has been put up into an individual service, and it's running without affecting the entire application. And the next is this AWS is nothing but Amazon Web Service. Web Service is a recent trend, and what it does is that web service, it communicates with different platforms. So if it is a Java, if it is a .NET, or if it is a Python or C Sharp, everything, every technology what they are using. So those things, those things are being interconnected through a common web service. Web service is nothing but common communicator. Those who can access with all the things, because there should not be any platform dependency that only if it is developed in Java it should work, it should develop in C Sharp, it should work. Multiple technologies communicating with the common connectivity that comes under this web service. And the software development automation is the things, the development of software that it is given in a pre-built form. That's just like a framework. Whatever thing you are going to do, you will be doing it with the help of this framework. And this framework is said to be a build, that is already built development. So you have to build the software in particular that is platform only. And the next is the enterprise resource planning. As I told you, in the manufacturing sector, you will be having a manufacturing sector, which is for a manufacturing industries. This is called the enterprise resource planning, which has the what are the materials available, what are the peoples available, what are the resource that it takes, raw materials. So these things, it can be taken with the help of this computerized, and this ERP will help you to plan it easily. Functional aspects I told you previously, that front end working, the knowledge of accounting or tally, like that. So they can go functionally. So this that is functional consultants, they will not have a relation, that is, they will not bother about the technical, what the technical consultants do. They will give the requirement and they want this technical consultants has to be done, and they will be handing over to the functional. So the person who are all non-IT students, they can go with functional concepts also, functionals. The person those who are learning programming, coding skills, they can come for the technical skills. So likewise, these are the future trend technologies. And another one is that, as I told you, non-technical employment opportunities. That comes under the HR, human resource, and the content writer. So those two things, they play the vital role in the corporate industries. Human resource, they will be contacting with the employees for for communication, and they will be getting the details of them, and they will be processing the salary process, everything, and they will be dispersing. And HR is responsible for from the candidate who is onboarded until he got resigned from the concern. So all the things it will be managed by the human resource department. And for this, there is no need of the technical skills. Technical skills. Only the HR communication and some of the tools. There are some tools the HR they use for getting the resumes from the job portals. So these things they will be getting touch, and they has to aware of those tools only. And the content writer, as I told you, he will nowadays they are paying very much huge amount for this content writing. That is for building one particular resume for experienced candidate. They are getting for a particular for single resume they are charging from 5,000 to 10,000 rupees. So for content writer is also a very good opportunity nowadays, because job opportunity is getting huge amount of job opportunity. Right candidate for this job opportunity is getting difficult to search for the resource person. So this content writer, he will be helping you to complete the task, and he will be helping you to generate the calls from the hidden market, hidden job market. And other one is the finance, the persons who are studying e-commerce and other things, commerce department, they can come into the accountings, because whatever you are going to do in the ledger, you are going to do the same thing in your system. So you should know what is the functionality and what is the what is the work area you are going to work. You don't want to bother about the technical skills. And accounting also same thing. Business analyst, as I told you, that he will be having a good communication with the client and the team for getting the issues to be resolved easily. So these are the non-technical jobs you will be having in this current trend, which is said to be a very good, huge market also. So I think most of the points that I have covered in this slides, I think. So if anybody having any queries, you can reach me now.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for providing your gracious presence and filling our minds. Friends,
Okay.
you are welcome and can feel free to clear your doubts with sir.
ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் உங்கள் டவுட்ஸ் நீங்கள் கேட்கலாம். ஃபஸ்ட் இயர்ஸ் இருக்கீங்க, ஏன்னா சார் வந்து ஒரு பேசிக் ஃபஸ்ட்டு ஜென்ரேஷன்ஸ் ஆஃப் கம்ப்யூட்டர்ஸ் தான் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணார். ஸோ உங்கள் டவுட்ஸ் என்ன இருந்தாலும் கேட்கலாம். ஏன்னா பிகாஸ் அவங்க ஒர்க் பண்ணுற கம்பெனி இட்ஸ் வெரி குட் கம்பெனி இன் பெங்களூர். அவங்க என்ன மாதிரி ஆப்ரேஷன்ஸ் பண்ணுறாங்க, என்ன மாதிரி ஜாப் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி எல்லாமே சார் அங்கே நடுவில் சொல்லிகிட்டே தான் இருந்தார். வேறு எந்த டவுட்ஸ் ஃபஸ்ட் நம்ம வந்து கொஷின்ஸ் கேட்கறதுக்கு ரெடியாக இருக்கணும். அப்படி இருந்தால் மட்டும்தான் நம்ம சக்ஸஸ் பண்ண முடியும். ஏன்னா ஒரு ரிசோர்ஸ் பர்சனை வந்துட்டு நம்ம அவங்களோட பிஸி ஷெடியூலில் இப்போ நம்மளுக்காக வந்து சார் இங்கே பேசுகிறார் அப்படின்னு வந்துட்டு நீங்கள் டவுட்ஸ் கேட்டிங்கன்னா தான் அவருக்கும் கொஞ்சம் இதாக இருக்கும். நீங்கள் கண்டிப்பாக டவுட்ஸ் கேளுங்க. ஸோ செகண்ட் அண்ட் தேர்ட் இயர்ஸ் ஆல்சோ கேன் ஆஸ்க் டவுட். நீங்களும் கேட்கலாம். யாருக்குமே டவுட் இல்லையா? அப்போ நீங்கள் உனக்கு கேட்க இதாக இருந்துச்சுன்னா சேட்டில் போட்டு விடுங்க. சேட்டில் நீங்கள் போடுங்க, சார் அதுவும் ஆன்சர் பண்ணுங்கள். அப்படி ஏதாவது டவுட் இருந்துச்சு அப்படின்னா நீங்கள் சேட்டில் டைப் பண்ணுங்க. சார் ஒரு டவுட்டுங்க சார். இப்போ இந்த கோவிட் சுச்சுவேஷன்ஸ் முடியும் போது ஐடி செக்டார்ஸோட ஜாப் சுச்சுவேஷன் எந்த மாதிரி இருக்கும் சார்? இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆகுமா இல்லை டிக்ரீஸ் ஆகுமா சார்?
ஆக்சுவலி கோவிட் சுச்சுவேஷனில் வந்து நீங்கள் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஃபஸ்ட்டு ஒரு 2 months வந்து கொஞ்சம் ஜாப் மார்க்கெட் வந்து டல்லாக இருக்குது. ஸோ அந்த டைமில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ப்ராஜெக்ட்ஸ் இதெல்லாம் வந்து ஃபஸ்ட்டு சைன் பண்ணி வச்சுருந்தாங்களோ அது எல்லாமே வந்து வைண்ட் அப் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தாங்க. நிறைய கம்பெனிஸில் வந்து ரிசோர்ஸஸ் எல்லாம் வந்து பெஞ்சுக்கு மூவ் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தாங்க. அதுக்கப்புறம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு 3 months கழிச்சு ஆஃப்டர் த செப்டம்பர் மந்த்துக்கு அப்புறம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு வந்து நல்ல இண்டஸ்ட்ரி வந்து கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமாக பூம் ஆக ஆரம்பிச்சு. உங்களுக்கு ஜாப் மார்க்கெட் வந்து அவங்க வந்து என்னென்னலாம் ஃபஸ்ட்டு வந்து அந்த எந்தெந்த இது பிஸ்னஸ் எல்லாம் வந்து சைன் பண்ணி விட்டாங்களோ அவங்கெல்லாம் வந்து திருப்பி ரீகால் பேக் பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சாங்க. ரீகால் பேக் பண்ணி அதுக்கப்புறம் வந்து அவங்க வந்து ப்ராஜெக்ட்ஸை வந்து நாங்கள் வந்து இப்போ வந்து ஸ்டடி பண்ணுறோம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு அவங்க ப்ராஜெக்ட்ஸ் எல்லாம் வந்து இப்போ இந்தியாவுக்குள்ளே கொண்டு வர ஆரம்பிச்சாங்க. அதுக்கப்புறம் உங்களுக்கு ஒர்க் ஃப்ரம் ஹோம் ஆப்ஷன் அந்த மாதிரி ஆப்ஷன்ஸ் வந்து கொடுத்ததுனால இப்போ என்ன பண்ணிட்டாங்கன்னா அவங்களுக்கு வந்து ரொம்ப கம்ஃபர்டபுள் ஆயிடுச்சு, கிளைண்ட்ஸுக்கும் சரி கம்பெனிக்கும் சரி. ப்ரீவியஸாக பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நீங்கள் ஒர்க்கிங் ஹவர்ஸ் வந்து இஃப் இட் இஸ் டே ஷிஃப்ட் யூ வில் பி ஹேவிங் த டைமிங் ஃப்ரம் மார்னிங் 10 o'clock டு ஈவினிங் 6 to 7 ஆர் தே கேன் ஸ்ட்ரெச் அப் டு 7:30. இன்னைக்கு வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அவங்க வந்து என்ன பண்ணுறாங்க, உங்களுக்கு டாஸ்க் அசைன் பண்ணி நீங்கள் முடிச்சு கொடுங்க வித்தின் த டெட்லைன், யூ கேன் ஒர்க் அட் எனி டைம் அப்படிங்கிற கான்செப்டை வந்து கொண்டு வந்தாங்க. ஸோ அதனால் அவங்களுக்கு என்ன ஆச்சு, நார்மலாக 10 to 6 hours வந்து 6 o'clock வரைக்கும் ஒர்க் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தவங்க they will be stretching up to 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, even night 11:30, 12 o'clock வரைக்கும் போகிற கால்ஸ் எல்லாமே இருக்குது. ஸோ அதனால் வந்து அவங்களுக்கு வந்து ஆர்டர்ஸ் வந்து ஜாஸ்தியாக வர ஆரம்பிச்சிருச்சு. அதே மாதிரி உங்களுக்கு ப்ரொடக்ஷன் வந்து ஜாஸ்தி பண்ண ஆரம்பித்தாங்க. சாஃப்ட்வேர் ரிலீசஸ் டெலிவரி எல்லாமே வந்து இது ஜாஸ்தியாக போக ஆரம்பிச்சிருச்சு. ஸோ அதனால் வந்து அவங்க என்ன பண்ணாங்கன்னா ஓகே எங்களுக்கு அதாவது மற்ற இண்டஸ்ட்ரி எல்லாமே உங்களுக்கு ஒரு சர்டன் பீரியடில் வந்து அவங்க க்ளோஸ் பண்ணி வச்சுருந்தாங்க. சாஃப்ட்வேர் மட்டும்தான் கோவிட் சுச்சுவேஷன்லேயும் வந்து ஒர்க் ஆகிட்டு இருந்த ஒரு இண்டஸ்ட்ரி, ஆன்லைன் பிஸ்னஸ் சாஃப்ட்வேர் இண்டஸ்ட்ரி. ஸோ இதுக்கப்புறம் ஜனவரிக்கு அப்புறம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இன்னும் நல்ல பூமில் வரும்.
ரைட் சார், தேங்க்யூ சார். சார் இன்னொரு டவுட் வந்துருக்கு சார் இது சேட்டில்.
ஓகே,
இப்போ நம்ம முடிச்சுட்டு வெதர் வி கோ ஃபார் ஐடி ஜாப் ஆர் ஐடிஇஎஸ், இஃப் சேலரி இஸ் ஹையர் இன் ஐடிஎஸ் அப்படின்னா எதை சூஸ் பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி கேட்டுருக்காங்க சார்.
உங்களுக்கு வந்து ஃபஸ்ட்டு கேண்டிடேட்ஸ் வந்து பர்டிகுலராக அவங்களுடைய இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் என்னவோ அதில் வந்து அவங்க போனால் கொஞ்சம் நல்லாயிருக்கும். ஏன்னா அதாவது இன்கம் வருது அப்படிங்கிறதுக்காக வந்து நீங்கள் சுவிட்ச் ஓவர் ஆனீங்கன்னா நாளைக்கு இதில் வந்து ஒரு குறிப்பிட்ட ஸ்டேஜில் இன்கம் வந்து ஸ்டாப் ஆகும். அந்த டைமில் வந்து நீங்கள் ஆல்ரெடி வந்து என்ன பண்ணிட்டு இருப்பீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு பிடிக்காத வேலையை செஞ்சுட்டு இருப்பீங்க. ஸோ உங்களுக்கு டெக்னாலஜி சைடு இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் அப்படின்னா டெக்னாலஜி வந்து லேட்டஸ்ட் ட்ரெண்ட் அப்படிங்கிறது வந்து என்னங்கிறது இப்போ நான் சொன்ன மாதிரி ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்ணி நீங்கள் முடிச்சு வரும்போது ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்ணி அதை கற்றுக்கிட்டு அதில் வந்து நீங்கள் ஸ்ட்ராங் ஆனீங்கன்னா போதும். ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டிஸ் நிறைய இருக்குது உங்களுக்கு. அதேமாரி ஐடிஎஸ்ல வந்து எனக்கு வந்து இப்போ வந்து ஐடிஎஸ்ல வந்து எனக்கு ரொம்ப இது இன்ட்ரெஸ்டடாக இருக்கேன், எனக்கு அதில் போகிறதுக்கு இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் அப்படின்னா அதில் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு என்ன சொல்றதுன்னா சேலரி வந்து உங்களுக்கு பெய்டு வந்து ரொம்ப நீங்கள் போக முடியாது. டெக்னாலஜி வைஸ் போகிற மாதிரி நீங்கள் ஐடிஎஸ்ல வந்து ரொம்ப ஜாஸ்தி போக முடியாது. அது வந்து ஒரு குறிப்பிட்ட ஸ்டேஜ் தான். உங்களுக்கு ரொட்டீன் ஆஃப் ஒர்க் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா சேம் ஆயிரும். ஒரு 2 to 3 years கழிச்சு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நீங்கள் அதே ஒர்க்கை தான் திரும்ப திரும்ப செஞ்சுட்டு இருப்பீங்க. ஸோ அதுக்கப்புறம் உங்களுக்கு என்னன்னா ஒரு கிரியேட்டிவிட்டி வந்து வராது அவ்வளோ சீக்கிரமா. உங்களுக்கு கிரியேட்டிவிட்டி வந்து உங்களுக்கு நீங்கள் கஷ்டப்பட்டு இது பண்ணணும். அதுக்கப்புறம் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா டெக்னாலஜி வந்து அதில் வந்து புது புது டெக்னாலஜிஸ் வந்து அந்த அளவுக்கு வந்து கொண்டு வர மாட்டாங்க. பட் அதே இது ஐடியில் இருந்தீங்கன்னா நீங்கள் டெக்னாலஜி வைஸ் நல்லா க்ரோ ஆகலாம். அதே மாதிரி உங்களுக்கு சேலரி வந்து இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆகிட்டே இருக்கும், நெக்ஸ்ட் லெவல் போயிட்டே இருக்கும்.
தேங்க்யூ சார். இன்னும் ஒரே ஒரு கொஸ்டின் சார், லாஸ்ட் கொஸ்டின் இருக்கு. இப்போ வாட் இஸ் த இம்பார்ட்டன்ஸ் ஆஃப் பிஜி இன் ஐடி இண்டஸ்ட்ரி சார் ஒரு கொஸ்டின் கேட்டிருக்காங்க. பிஜி யூஜி முடிச்சுட்டு வேலைக்கு போகிறதா இல்லை பிஜி படிக்கணுமா அப்படிங்கிறது.
போஸ்ட் கிராஜுவேஷன்.
எஸ் சார், போஸ்ட் கிராஜுவேஷன்.
அதாவது நீங்கள் போஸ்ட் கிராஜுவேஷன் அண்டர் கிராஜுவேஷன் அதெல்லாமே வந்து உங்களுக்கு வந்து உங்களை வந்து ஒரு சர்டன் லெவலுக்கு கொண்டு போகும். நீங்கள் வந்து பிஜி முடிச்சாகணுமா இல்லை பிஎஸ்சி போடுமா அப்படின்னா உங்களுக்கு பிஎஸ்சி லெவலில் முடிச்சிங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு வந்து நீங்கள் பிஜி லெவலில் எக்ஸ்பெக்ட் பண்ணீங்கன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க, உங்களுடைய ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டிஸ் அதெல்லாம் சில சமயத்தில் வந்து ரெஸ்ட்ரிக்ட் பண்ணி வச்சுருவாங்க. அப்புறம் சேலரிஸ் எல்லாமே வந்து உங்களுக்கு வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா பிஜிக்கு கொடுக்குற மாதிரி பிஎஸ்சிக்கு வந்து கொடுக்க மாட்டாங்க. இது வந்து ஒரு ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பாயிண்ட். செகண்ட் பாயிண்ட் வந்துன்னா உங்களை வந்து நீங்கள் என்னதான் பிஎஸ்சியில் முடிச்சுட்டு நீங்கள் உள்ளே போனாலும் உங்களை என்ன சொல்லுவாங்கன்னா உங்களை வந்து அவங்க வந்து ஃப்ரெஷர், அதாவது +2 கேண்டிடேட் மாதிரி தான் உங்களை ட்ரீட் பண்ணுவாங்க. ஸோ அதனால போஸ்ட் கிராஜுவேஷன் கோர்ஸ் அப்படிங்கிறது வந்து ரொம்ப முக்கியம். அதை வந்து நீங்கள் ஏன்னா நீங்கள் வந்து யூ ஹவ் கிராஸ்ட் ஆஃப் வெல், நீங்கள் வந்து ஒரு கிணறு வந்து தாண்டி வந்துட்டீங்க. ஜஸ்ட் நீ ஒரு கிணறு தான். இந்த கிணறை தாண்டிட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் நீங்கள் வந்து வெளியில் வந்து நீங்கள் இது பண்ணலாம், சர்ச் பண்ணலாம். உங்களுக்கு நிறைய ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டிஸ் கிடைக்கும். ஏன்னா இந்த பிஜி யூஜி 2 ஸ்க்ரீனிங்லேயே வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு வந்து நிறைய பேர் வெளியில் போயிடுவாங்க. சில பேர் என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க, சரி நான் பிஎஸ்சி தான் முடிச்சிருக்கோம், சரி வேறு வழி இல்லை, நான் அக்செப்ட் பண்ணிவிட்டு நான் ஒர்க் பண்ணுறேன்ட்டு வந்து ஒர்க் பண்ணுவாங்க. ஸோ அதனால் பிஜி முடிச்சுக்கிறது சேஃப், அதுவும் ரெகுலரில் முடிச்சுக்கிறது வந்து சேஃப். ஏன்னா நீங்கள் கரஸ்பாண்டன்ஸில் எல்லாம் முடிச்சிங்கன்னா நீங்கள் பெரிய கம்பெனிஸ் எல்லாம் உங்களை வந்து எடுக்க மாட்டாங்க. அவங்க வந்து என்ன பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா, இவங்க வந்து கரஸ்பாண்டன்ஸில் முடிச்சிருக்காங்க கோர்ஸ் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு அவங்கள வந்து செகண்ட் பேட்சில் போட்டுக்குவாங்க. ஸோ நீங்கள் சின்ன சின்ன கம்பெனியாக தான் போகும். அதுக்கப்புறம் நீங்கள் சின்ன சின்ன கம்பெனிஸ் போய் ஒரு 7 to 8 hours நீங்கள் அங்கே 8 years வந்து ஒர்க் பண்ணிவிட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் நீங்கள் வெளியில் வந்து தேடும்போது உங்களுக்கு வந்து இந்த ரெகுலரானு கேட்பாங்க. ரெகுலரா இல்லை கரஸ்பாண்டன்ஸான்னு கேட்பாங்க. அது வந்து இன்னும் நிறைய கம்பெனிஸில் இருக்குது. நீங்கள் இது உங்களுக்கு எப்போ இந்த ரெகுலர் கரஸ்பாண்டன்ஸ் வந்து மாறும்னா, நீங்கள் வந்து ஒரு சுப்பீரியர் லெவல் போகும்போது, ஒரு ப்ராஜெக்ட் மேனேஜர் லெவல் நீங்கள் போகும்போது தான் அதை வந்து கண்டுக்க மாட்டாங்க. ஸோ அது வரைக்கும் நீங்கள் ஸ்ட்ரகிள் பண்ணணும்.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, dear Prabhu sir, I have one question. Hello.
Yes.
இப்போ இந்த கரண்ட் ஜென்ரேஷன் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் இருக்காங்க, இவங்களுக்கு வந்து முக்கியமா அவங்களுக்கு என்ன ஸ்கில்ல வந்து அவங்க வளர்த்துக்கணும்? ஸ்டார்டிங் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இயர்ல இருந்து அவங்க எப்படி எய்ம் பண்ணி படிக்கணும்? ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இயர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் ஃபர்ஸ்ட்ல இருந்து இப்போ என்ன அவங்க பிளான் பண்ணணும், எப்படி பிளான் பண்ணணும், அதை பத்தி நீங்க ஏதாவது ஒரு ஐடியா சொல்லுங்க பார்க்கலாம்.
ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இயர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் வந்து பொறுத்தளவுக்கு நீங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா அவங்க வந்து எல்லாருமே வந்து உள்ள வரும்போது என்ன படிக்கணும் அப்படிங்கிறது வந்து அவங்களுக்கு தெரியாது. பட் என்னன்னா அவங்க இருக்கிற சப்ஜெக்ட்ஸை வந்து ஓரளவுக்கு அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் பண்ணி படிச்சாலே போதும். இருக்கிற சப்ஜெக்ட்ஸ் படிச்சுட்டு அவங்க வந்து ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஆஃப், அதாவது 1.5 years முடிஞ்சு செகண்ட் செமஸ்டர் வந்து அவங்க ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணும்போது அவங்களுக்கு என்ன டெக்னாலஜி, ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் இப்போ வந்து அவங்களுக்கு வந்து எனக்கு வந்து டெஸ்டிங்கில் போகிறதுக்கு இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட், நான் வந்து டெஸ்டர் ஆகணும் அப்படின்னா டெஸ்டிங் ரிலேட்டட் கோர்சஸ் வித் டூல். இப்போ வந்து கரண்ட் ட்ரெண்ட் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இந்த செலேனியம் டூல்ஸ் எல்லாம் வந்து இப்போ நிறைய போயிட்டு இருக்கு. ஸோ அது ரிலேட்டடாக படிச்சுட்டு அவங்க வந்தாங்கன்னா ஒரு ஸ்கோப் இருக்கும். இல்லை எங்களுக்கு வந்து ப்ரோக்ராமிங் இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் இருக்குது, எனக்கு வந்து ஆர்கிடெக்சர் லெவலில் இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் இருக்குது அப்படின்னா அவங்க அதுக்கான என்ன ரிலேட்டட் கோர்ஸுங்கிறத பார்க்கணும். அதை பார்த்து அதை படிச்சுக்கணும். பட் இப்போது இனிஷியலாக ஃபர்ஸ்ட் 1 to 1.5 years வந்து அவங்க லாங்குவேஜஸ் எல்லாமே படித்தாலே போதும். அதாவது ஸ்டார்டிங் ஃப்ரம் C++. ஏன்னா C++ வந்து இன்னைக்கும் வாண்டட் இருக்குது. எம்பெடட் சிஸ்டம் எல்லாம் வந்து C++ தான் பண்றாங்க. ஸோ அதனால வந்து உங்களுக்கு C++, ஜாவா, அதே மாதிரி ஜாவா வந்து இன்னைக்கு எந்த டெக்னாலஜி பேஸ் வந்து ஜாவா கேட்கும். ஏன்னா ஜாவாங்கிறது வந்து அதுல இருந்து எமர்ஜான டெக்னாலஜிஸ் தான் நிறைய டெக்னாலஜிஸ் வந்து வருது. ஸோ அதனால பேசிக்ஸ் வந்து ஜாவா கேட்பாங்க. ஸோ C++, ஜாவா இது வந்து அவங்க கொஞ்சம் நல்லா தரவா படிச்சுட்டாங்க அப்படின்னா அதுக்கப்புறம் அவங்களுக்கு தேவையான ஸ்கில்ஸை வந்து அப்ஸ்கில் பண்ணிக்கலாம், ஒன்றும் ப்ராப்ளம் இல்லை. ஈவன் டெஸ்டிங்காக இருக்கட்டும், அப்புறம் வந்து இது ஆர்கிடெக்சர் லெவல், டிசைனிங் லெவல் நிறைய இருக்குது அது. ஸோ அவங்களுக்கு வந்து ஏன்னா அவங்களோட இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் தான் அவங்களை கொண்டுட்டு போகும். வேல்யூ எனக்கு வந்து இன்னைக்கு வந்து இந்த ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் இன்னைக்கு வந்து கரண்ட் ட்ரெண்ட்ல வந்து எனக்கு வந்து ஆன்லைன் பிஸ்னஸ், அதாவது ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் இ-காமர்ஸ் பிஸ்னஸ் ஜாஸ்தியாக போகுது அப்படிங்கிறது வந்து அவங்க படிக்காம அவங்களுக்கு அதுல என்ன இன்ட்ரெஸ்டோ அதை படிச்சுட்டு அதை வச்சு அவங்களுக்கு எப்படி வந்து நாம வந்து வேலை வாங்க முடியும் அப்படிங்கிறத பார்க்கணும். ஏன்னா மெயின் இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் வந்து கேண்டிடேட்டோட இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் தான், ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸோட இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் தான்.
ஓகே, தேங்க்யூ சார் ஃபார் யுவர் எஃபெக்டிவ் ஆன்சர். தேங்க்யூ.
ஓகே, தேங்க்யூ
சார். ஒரு டவுட்டுங்க சார்.
சொல்லுங்க சார்.
சார் இப்போ கூகுள், மைக்ரோசாஃப்ட் இந்த மாதிரி பெரிய பெரிய கம்பெனியில் நம்ம ஜாப் போனோம்னா நம்ம குவாலிட்டிஸ் எப்படி சார் நம்ம இம்ப்ரூவ் பண்ணிக்கணும்? என்ன மாதிரி குவாலிட்டிஸ் இம்ப்ரூவ் பண்ணணும்?
அதாவது நீங்க ஃபர்ஸ்ட் வந்து நீங்க நான் சொன்னேன் இல்லைங்களா, அந்த ப்ரொஃபைலுங்கிறது ரொம்ப முக்கியம். ரெஸ்யூம் அப்படிங்கிறது வந்து ரெஸ்யூம் ப்ரிப்பரேஷனுங்கிறது ரொம்ப முக்கியம். ஏன்னா அதுதான் உங்களுடைய கவர் ஆஃப் பேஸ். ஒரு புக்கோட கவர் வந்து எப்படியோ, புக்கோட இண்டெக்ஸ் வந்து எப்படியோ எப்படி ஜட்ஜ் பண்றாங்களோ அதே மாதிரி இந்த ரெஸ்யூம். இந்த ரெஷ்யூமை வந்து நீங்கள் ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணி நீங்கள் வந்து ஒரு 10 பேர் இன்டர்வியூவில் போகிறாங்க அப்படின்னா அந்த 10 பேரில் வந்து நீங்கள் அவுட்ஸ்டாண்டிங்காக தெரியுற மாதிரி உங்கள் ப்ரொஃபைல் இருக்கும் ஃபஸ்ட்டு. செகண்ட் வந்து கம்யூனிகேஷன். கம்யூனிகேஷன் வந்து நீங்கள் எந்த அளவுக்கு வளர்த்துக்கிறீங்க அப்படிங்கிறது வந்து செகண்ட் திங். மூணாவது வந்து டெக்னாலஜிங்கிறது வந்து வேற ஒன்றும் இல்லைங்க. இன்னைக்கு ரீசெண்ட் ட்ரெண்டில் வந்து என்ன இருக்குது அதை வந்து நீங்கள் பார்த்துட்டு அதில் வந்து நீங்கள் உங்களை ஸ்கில் பண்ணிக்கலாம், அப்ஸ்கில் பண்ணிக்க வேண்டியது. அதில் வந்து நீங்கள் புஷ் பண்ணால் உள்ளே போகிற மாதிரி இருக்குது. இதுதான் மெயின்.
தேங்க்யூ சார்.
ஓகே, தேங்க்ஸ்.
Again, thank you, sir.
சொல்லுங்க சார்.
To extend our gratefulness towards everyone for their time and patience for listening, I call upon M. Madhumita, first year BSc Computer Science, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm here to show my gratitude towards everyone for their celebration of World Computer Literacy Day. First and foremost, I thank our special guest, Mr. Prabhu, VST Product Lead Senior Technical Product Manager, Virtusa Consulting and Services, Chennai, who despite his busy schedule has found time to grace this occasion. Thank you, sir. I extend my gratitude towards our principal, sir, Mr. Ilam Paradhi, for his able guidance, vision, and commitment. Thank you, sir. My heartfelt thanks to the head of our department, Mr. Dhanaraj, sir, and all the supportive teachers of our department. Last but not the least, I thank my friend for your wonderful cooperation in making the celebration a successful manner. Once again, I thank you all for sharing your valuable time with us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Sir, thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you for
sir.
your
Thank
time.
you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.